As Mr. Hall just said, you are the true dreamers among us today. The greatness of human beings lies not necessarily in the power to remake the world, but to remake ourselves. And that's exactly what you've done. You've studied the law with intensity of purpose. Our goal has been to give each of you an opportunity to experience yourselves as capable and effective women and men. You are and should be more self-confident today than you were when you started this endeavor. All of us hope that we have succeeded in empowering each of you to believe in your souls that you matter and that your responses to the challenge that await you will make an enormous difference in other people's lives. Our nation's founders dared to believe, as Thomas Paine said, that they had the power to make the world begin again. And accordingly, they undertook to form a more perfect union, to establish justice, and to ensure domestic tranquility. They understood, as we all do, that liberty under law is the finest way of life humanity can have. But despite their and our belief in this ideal, our country has been and will always be a work in progress. 61 years ago, I think he's a legal scholar, born in Hibbing, Minnesota, wrote a song that could have been written this morning. Some of you may be familiar with it. Its title is "The Times They Are A-Changin'." They certainly are. The rule of law and the very foundations of our government are under assault from without and from within. The traditional norms of mutual tolerance, institutional forbearance have been replaced by partisanship, division, and distrust. The principles of egalitarianism, civility, the sense of freedom and of shared purpose and responsibility that have long characterized our government are being tested. From the very beginning, as you heard from our speaker today, lawyers have been our country's principal architects and builders. As officers of the courts, the lawyers, like the courts themselves, have led our collective quest for equal justice under law. They have defended the Constitution. They have guarded our liberties. They have protected the powerless. They have advocated for just causes, no matter how unpopular, just as John Adams did. And they have served as our society's wise counselors. It was an appellate lawyer from Virginia who wrote the Declaration of Independence. As you've already heard today, it was a trial lawyer from Illinois that issued the Emancipation Proclamation. It was a corporate lawyer from New York who led our country through the dark days of the Depression and World War II. And in 1973, it was two good old country lawyers from Huntsville, Tennessee, and Morganton, North Carolina, that demonstrated that no person, not even the President of the United States, is above the law. The United States Supreme Court Justice Robert Jackson was fond of telling the parable of the three stonemasons. It goes something like this. Once upon a time, there were three stonemasons, and they were working on their project, and they were asked each in turn what they were doing. The first stonemason, without looking up, answered, "I'm earning a living." The second stonemason replied, "I'm shaping this stone to the pattern I've been given." The third stonemason stopped what he was doing, lifted up his eyes, and said,
I'm building a cathedral. Excuse me. And so it is with lawyers. For some, their work is certainly to earn the living. For others, practicing law is simply to make sure they do what they're told. But for others, practicing law is a loftier enterprise. It's building the cathedral. The cathedral is the rule of law. And it's that legal structure that will protect our rights and liberties for centuries to come. And so the question is today, what kind of lawyer are you planning to be? Whenever some cynic tells you that you can't make a difference, or whenever you are tempted to set your sights a bit lower, remember what the inspired lawyers who have gone before you have accomplished. Our nation remains a work in progress, and as lawyers, you can help narrow the gap between what America is and what it can be. You are at your threshold now of entering a noble profession, and you have accepted the responsibility to lead your communities to embrace not power, but the rule of law. And I am confident that each of you will live up to that challenge. And with those thoughts, members of the 2025 Cooper term class, you have my congratulations and best wishes.